All right, welcome back, everybody. The 19th Billy Schoppy Awards, produced by Prime Events. The coverage is brought to you by Atlantic Care. Schoppy's at 1031 Shore Road, the city of Ocean City. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6 in the Boardwalk. Ocean City's free public library. Calvi Electric Company in Atlantic City. Car Caress in Ocean City and Car Caress 2 in Upper Township. Diorio's on MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point and Sacco Subs, 926 Asbury Avenue. They help present these awards, and our winners are here. We've got Brielle Smith, Oakcrest, who's an all-star in soccer and a state champion record holder in track, and she will be going to Stanford. I think of all the people who have won this award, you two are going to the two best academic institutions that I can remember. Sahmir Jones is going to Boston University, BU. He's an all-star in football, basketball, and a champion in track. Now, both of you are going to do track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that tough? I mean, you're both multi-sports. You got to make that decision. You wrestle with it, and then all those other sports that you've done your whole life, they're behind you. You leave them behind for track. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Because football, basketball, they're two hard ones to kind of leave in the dust.
I kind of ruled out football because it wouldn't be as fun without my friends.
Yeah? You make new friends easy. Believe me, Boston's very easy to make friends.
And then basketball, I didn't really start getting highly recruited in that until after basketball season where I had already committed.
Yeah. So Boston, you made the trip. What was cool about Boston? I heard you talking off the air because she's going to Stanford, and you're kind of like, oh, now I'm going to a place that's cool. You're like thinking about changing your mind because she's going to be warm the whole time.
Right.
You're already trying to set up times to go meet out in Stanford and hang out. But
we can link up anytime.
Yeah, there you go. What's cool about Boston?
I like the coach. The atmosphere when I went to my visit, like with my teammates. They go to a lot of like competitive meets, Florida relays, Penn relays.
Yeah.
We travel to California, and I like the indoor facility. I just thought it'd be the best for me in my athletic career.
Now, it's a tremendous academic institution too. But when you got into high school, you first started at Mainland, and then you transferred to Pleasantville. Was track your thought of like, hey, I really want to hope to get looked at track and try to get a scholarship in this field? Is that what you wanted to do when you first started, or were you hoping for maybe football or basketball?
Initially when I came into high school, I wanted to get offers in all three. I didn't have a specific one I wanted to do. I was going to make that decision senior year. So coming into high school, I didn't play football my freshman year. I was really focused on basketball and just playing varsity, and I wanted to compete in track, but it just worked out that way. Yeah,
and the basketball team had a tremendous run. You guys had a couple of good years. Made it to the Final Four last couple of seasons. So the basketball career was fun. And then you were a big part of turning that football program around. I mean, for a long time, I don't know that anybody ever mentioned Pleasantville football in a conversation, but you and your class were that had to be pretty cool to be a part of turning that thing around to where now people are going to be thinking about Pleasantville for not only basketball, track, but also football and other sports.
Yeah, that was a big part of me, going back to Pleasantville, because originally I'm from Pleasantville, and I wanted to come back and change the environment, change the whole dynamic of the school with my friends.
You leave it in good hands?
Yeah.
The football program?
Yeah, I think we'll be just as good as we were, or better.
So that's the big thing. It's like you got this class that kind of set everything. You hope that the young kids of Pleasantville now want to go there, because for a while they were losing all those kids.
I think the juniors that watched us for 2 years and the eighth graders that are coming in now, we talk to them, they know what the work they have to put in. I think they're willing to do it.
Well, it's cool. They get to learn from someone like you. Now you're moving off to college, and a great college too, Boston University. Kudos to you. And Ms. Smith going to Stanford here. Now, you were a soccer player.
Yeah.
But track is your thing.
Well, actually, I came into high school track and basketball. Soccer and basketball. Mm-hmm. They were my things, and I was just looking for something in the spring to do, just to stay in shape outside of club and stuff like that.
So this was, as you move on, you realize, hey, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And people start noticing, hey, this girl's pretty good at this.
It was crazy to realize that something I wasn't even thinking about, totally off my radar, is what's taking me to college and to go to my dream school, and it's brought me the most success. So it's really cool, how things can change, and as long as you take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you.
So What is your signature event in track and field?
I throw the javelin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
me.
yeah, so this is something that, like you said, you didn't even know you were going to get into this.
I didn't even know what javelin was.
Right. I was going to kind of. So how did you get introduced to? I mean, something that you turned into you have the state record, correct?
Yes.
And you had no idea what this was when you got to. How did you get introduced to this?
Well, when I decided that I was going to do track, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just run, because I did that in middle school. I run and jump. But I actually had this senior friend, Terrence Smith, and he's school record holder in javelin. Awesome guy. He was a football player. Like, he's just an all-around amazing athlete. And the way it came about was just I saw that he was really good at football, and I was like, oh yeah, he's good at stuff. We had the same last name. I went up to him. I'm like, we're related now. We're just gonna say that we're family. Let's just tell people that. So he had already done javelin, and I guess he saw I was an athlete, and he said, hey, I want you to try this in the spring. And it just kind of hit off from there. The rest is history.
So at what point were schools starting to say, hey, you're pretty good, we're interested in you? 'Cause, I mean, that's got to be pretty overwhelming. Like, hey, this is all new to me, and now people are reaching out to me about doing this in college.
I kind of realized that I was actually good at it the end of my freshman year, like the tail end, when, win states, win sectionals. And it's like, oh, wow, wait, people don't usually do this. You're throwing really far. You can do something in it if you decide to put time to it. And I still didn't really make the switch to track until around middle of my sophomore year, the end of my sophomore year. Like,
where you started to focus on that.
Yeah, I dropped basketball, and I would just do soccer, and then I would train for track.
So you're 3,000 miles away. Why Stanford? How did that come about?
I always knew I wanted to go far, so it wasn't really a distance problem. It was, I don't know how it came up. My cousin, she told me that she was applying. She was like, yeah, this is a school,
Stanford.
Yes, she's actually at Stanford right now. And she was saying that these were one of the schools that she was looking at. And I kind of looked into it. I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a cool school, because I wanted to find a place that was both good, great academically and athletically. And I looked into it, and I was like, yep, this is the place. This is it. This is what we're going for. This is everything that I love. And then when they emailed me and they were like, hey, we want to recruit you, it was just, everything was amazing.
So would both of you guys say your favorite athletic moments in high school had to do with the sport you're playing or something different?
My favorite.
Like, what's your most memorable high school athletic moment? Is it running track, or is it a basketball, something basketball or football related?
Winning states was like great, but I remember sophomore year when we played Ocean City and we had lost our first game. When we
Thanksgiving.
No, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah, we lost our first game when we played at Ocean City, and I was sick. Then it came back to mainland and played us, and it was like a super competitive game. It was a good game. And then we all went out to Charlie's and had a good time after. It was just a great feeling. That might have it.
You have something that you remember vividly, or is it just like?
For me, it was actually soccer.
Yeah. Wow.
My junior year, it was the second round of playoffs, and we went to penalty kicks, and we won coming out of penalty kicks, and that was just an amazing feeling. As my team, it was awesome.
Keep those pictures, because when you get old, you forget them. Who wins, Raptors or Warriors?
Raptors.
I'm going Raptors.
Raptors.
Yeah.
And even the young kids are changing their mind on the Warriors. How about it? Congratulations and much success. Sahmir Jones is going to BU, the Pleasantville grad, and Brielle Smith is going to Stanford. She is an Oakcrest grad. Congratulations to them. They are the 19th annual Schoppy Award winners. Mike Trout once won this award.
Oh, we're in great company now.
There you go.
Yeah.
She'll be closer to him.